We always tended to think that internet was like replacing reality, but it's just a huge parallel world, you know, where you can have like access to things, but it doesn't replace reality. And as in art, I think that still, like, you know, galleries present, like, you know, paintings, photographies, sculptures, you know, you just name it. But the internet art world is completely different. It's filled with like immaterial things.
Things like interactive artworks, you know, unless they're built for online consumption, you can't really get the same sense of it. And I think that's really important to note that. And I think one of my sort of, I guess my pet hates is when people talk about online art is a painting that's online. It's great to experience that and research that and look at it, but there's nothing like seeing the painting in real life. And I think that doesn't mean that that's online art, it's just art online. Institutions like the V&A are still important. It doesn't denigrate their position, but it doesn't mean they have now got a monopoly on it as well, so it keeps them on their toes.
So Decode in 2009 was the first time the museum had really dedicated an exhibition of a large scale relating to digital art and design. It really challenged the museum not just in what it was producing, but also how people were experiencing works in what they may seem is quite a traditional museum. So not only did the nature of the object change, but actually people's behaviours, people's etiquettes, and how people kind of interacted with works was really interesting.
One.0 started at a very fortuitous time, or a very interesting time, when digital technology became much more available and more people can kind of mix and merge their skills. And if you're a graphic designer and suddenly you wanted to make moving image, you had the skills and tools to then make that transition a lot easier than you would have done before. This new generation, they really are bringing a different perspective to things.
My career so far is, I can attribute entirely to the internet, because my first film that I made that went out there and got big was one that I made as a kind of a test to show my tutor. And I just sent it to him as a kind of, I uploaded it and sent it over to him, then he sent it to somebody, and I saw a real kind of viral growth of that happening without any intent to do so.
We both come from a very internet background. You know, ever since we were like 12 years old, half of every single day of the rest of our life has been spent online. So when we were shooting film and we started to think about why aren't we creating work for this world that we live on? That was sort of the big thing, and then we just started to create all work like that.
I tried to re-envisage what it meant to look at art online, and there were various other side projects that were happening at the same time. One of them was with Google around Street View, so we located artworks from the Tate collection all around the country, and then we had Street View imagery of that location today. At the launch of Street View, I spoke to Amit Sood, who's the head of the art project, and he said he had an idea about a project involving art and Street View. You can go into Street View easily and wander around a 3D version of these gallery spaces, and if there's something that you like the look of, you just click into it and you can go into a very high resolution zoomed image of this artwork. And this is all about showing you in rich close-up detail all the colours, the patterns, the textures, the brush strokes, etc. that you find in art in these locations.
Most of like the artworks I've got are just files. They do not exist. It just becomes ephemeral. Art just always reflects how the period of time you're in.